Hi everyone, how are you? So congratulations for passing Calculus 1 and welcome to second semester of academic year 2020-2021. So now we are on Calculus 2 or Integral Calculus. So for our first topic, we are going to discuss about integration, concepts, and formulas. So basically an introduction about integral calculus. So this is me, Engineer Leona from the Mechanical Engineering Department of USTP. So our course outcome for these topics is to properly carry out integration through the use of fundamental formulas and the various techniques of integration for both single and multiple integrals. And our intended learning outcome is to familiarize integration concept and integration formulas and to counter-check anti-differentiation by its inverse problem. So as an overview about integral calculus, it is the reverse operation of differential calculus. So for our topic outline, in this lecture video, we are going to discuss about anti-differentiation, simple power formula, and simple trigonometric functions. And for the rest of the 4 week, we are going to tackle all of these topics included in this topic outline. Okay, so please bear with me with this lengthy lecture. So first is anti-differentiation. So what is anti-differentiation? So from the word anti, so murag baliktad siya or opposite of differentiation, right? So the process of integration reverses. So akong gingon kagay na baliktad siya with the process of differentiation. So in differentiation, if we are going to differentiate 2x squared, so using the constant multiple rule, so we are going to multiply these 2 with this constant, tapos the power will be deducted by 1. So, diba? So, mahimo siya og 4x. Then we have the answer is 4x. So that's the integral of 4x. So ato manggingon kaganina nga ang integral is the opposite or the reverse process. So therefore, makaingon ta na the integral of 4x is 2x squared. But this is just a representation. Since napay trick ani, no? So kuan lang ni siya sa mo ng basic na ato ang pagsabot. Pero it is a bit more complicated than we thought since di ba atong dumdumon wag mag-differentiate ta og constant mahimo siya 0. So wala ta kabalo dinhi kung napa ba ni siya 2x squared plus any constant, di ba? So for example, na siya 6, mahimo man siya 0. Diba? So, dili ta kaingon nga ang integral gyud ni 4x diretso kay 2x squared. Okay? So, for our activity 1, so this is an interactive video by the way. So, for example, din is activity 1, write down at least 5 other function whose derivative is 6x. So, unsa na mga function ang pag-derive nimo mahimo siya og 6x. So, pwede na 3x squared plus 4, 3x squared plus 10, 3x squared plus 3, 3x squared plus 1 million. Diba? Pwede. So, anyway, you should answer this activity 1, 2, and 3 included in this video since you are going to submit that in the Google link that is specified on the last slide of this lecture note. So, dito ninyo i-submit ang inyong activity 1, 2, and 3. Magbuhat mo inyong own folder. For example, Pipito, Leona. Dito din mo i-submit inyong activity 1, 2, and 3 para mas organized na ta by this semester. Kay last semester, there are a lot of encountered problems. Apil na ang pag-checking nako, no? Naiuban mong good na lahi na email ilang gigamit, lahi nga account ilang gigamit, nag-send lang, tapos dili na nako siya dili nako ma-check ang ilahang output, no? Tungod sa padaghan sa nag-submit. So, motong dugay kay ko naka-release sa grades, kay grabe pa na akong pangita sa inyong mga activities, sa inyong mga assignments last semester. So, sa pagkakaroon, mas dali na nako siya makita since organized na ang atoang Google Drive. Okay, so enough for activity number 1. 5 lang man ka functions, no? Nakaingon na pag-itog examples. So, you would have noticed that all the functions have the same derivative of 6x. For example, katong kaganina, katong gingon na 3x squared plus 1 million. Di ba? Imo siyang i-derive 1 million or 1 billion, mahimo siya 0. Okay? From our differentiation rules, no? Tapos, hence, when we reverse the process, we have no idea what the original constant term might have been. Okay? Dili man ta makatag-an nga pag sa, ang given ba di ay is 3x squared plus 1, 3x squared plus 2, 3x squared plus 3, 3x squared plus 100, 3x squared plus 200. So, we include in our response an unknown constant c. So, called the arbitrary constant of integration. So, here in integral calculus, we are going to add plus c. Okay, so naatay, for example, so the integral of 6x then is 3x squared plus c. So we are not going to write any number. Dito mag-ingon nga 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. So instead, we are going to use an arbitrary constant of integration which is c or plus c. Okay, so c is any real number. Okay, so c stands for any real number. Okay. So, mo to siya ang basic, no, sa ato ang integral calculus. So f of x, the integral, this is the integral sign, by the way. F of x dx is the indefinite integral of f of x with respect to x. So, this is an indefinite integral. So, first na to nga i-discuss is the indefinite integral prior to the definite integral, since mas dali na lang to si definite integral. And I will teach you some calculus techniques to solve it easily. So karon, again, sa nato ang mas lisod na process for us to understand the theories behind integral calculus. So each function has more than one antiderivative. So actually, infinitely many. Dili na nato sila dili na nato ma-mention kung unsa to nga mga constant, no? So unsa to nga mga antiderivative. So the derivative of x cubed is equal to 3x squared. So x cubed plus 6 equal gyapon sa 3x squared, since plus 6 will become 0. So x cubed minus 4 equals 3x squared gyapon ang yahang derivative. And x cubed minus 58 is also equal to 3x squared. Okay, so the antiderivatives vary by a constant. So dili na nato siya ma-account. So mo tong gigamit nato is ang plus c. Okay? So for the introduction, in differentiation, the differential coefficient dy dx indicates that a function of x is being differentiated with respect to x. No? So the dx is indicating that it is with respect to x. Okay? So for integration, the variable of integration is shown by adding d tapos ang variable dayon. For example, dx, no, or dy after the function to be integrated. Okay? So, when we want to integrate a function, we use a special notation. So, mao na ni ang notation for integration. So, no, kini siya, integral na siya na sign, f of x, which is the function, mao ni diri ibutang inyong function tapos dx. So, kung y po ni siya, f of y, dy. Or f of z, dz. Nga na lang. Okay? So, for differentiation, the process of finding a derivative, mao ni ang ato ang mga symbols or mga notations. So, dy dx is katong verb man na, no? Dumduman na to na mao na katong dy dx, mao na siya katong ginagamit na to sa pag-differentiate. Tapos, y prime or f prime of x. So, mao ni ang iyang mga symbols. So, for integration, the process of finding the antiderivative, we have the symbols, the symbol na kini integral na sign, tapos f of x dx. So, this is the integral sign, the integrand, or the function that is going to be integrated, and dx will tell us the variable of integration. So, the integrand might include, for example, f of x, for example, xy squared plus 2x plus y. So, that kind of function, multivariable function. So, mura ra gyapon siya sa katong partial differentiation na kung unsa ra tong naa dinhi, kung unsa ra ning iyahang gibutang na, for example, dx lang. So, we are going to integrate that function. For example, ang ato ang integrand is a multivariable na function. So, kato lang ang ato ang i-integrate. Okay? So, anyway, mag-practice pa ta nagdaghan kung maabot na ta sa multivariable. Sa karon is single variable pa man ang ato ang pang-praktisa nag-solve. Okay? So, excited na ba mo? Magdagan na to ang mga problem solving. No, kay daghan ang application ni integral calculus. So, anyway, let's move on. For example, to integrate 4x, we will write it as follows. So, the integral sign, mag-start lang kita sa integral sign. Tapos, the integrand, katong gingon ako kaganina, katong function to be integrated. Then, katong sign kung unsa ang ato ang i-differentiate, no? The dx. Okay? So, permanente gud ni naa si dx dinhi. Dili ka pwede mo integrate nga, for example, integral of 4x. Nga na, dili na siya pwede. So, dapat nagyud siya dx. Okay? Is equal to, kung ato siyang i-integrate, di ba? Baliktad lang siya kang differentiation. So, 2x squared plus c. Since c stands for any constant of integration. Okay? So, c is is a member of real numbers or any real number. So, we note that along with the integral sign, blank dahil ni dire mo ni atong integrand, no? Dumdumon na to. So, integral sign, integrand, tapos the dx. There is a term of the form dx which must always be written and which indicates the variable involved in our example x. So, we say that 4x is integrated with respect to x. For example, katong integral of 4x dx. Okay? So, the function being integrated is called the integrand. Baliko na to. Integrand ni siya, kini ang integral sign. Indefinite integral ni siya kay wala siya naghatag og limit. Kung mabot na to sa definite integral, maghatag na siya og limit. Which will be, when we are required to evaluate an indefinite integral, where our answer must also include, katong akong gingon kagay na nga, plus c. Okay? So, the definition of antiderivative. So, mao ning kaganina ato ang kuan. So, mao ni siya ang iyahang formula gyud. Okay? So, mao ni siya ang mga, kung napa sa kuan sa mga libro, mao man ni ang iyahang main na formula. So the integral of f of x dx is equal to f of x plus c, where c is an arbitrary integral constant. So, we also have activity number 2. So, dapat ay inyo haning i-answer. Anyway, ayan na ninyo ni siya ansiran once na ma-upload na siya sa U-Step, and you can submit it para through the Google link, Google Drive link na ako yapon gi-include, no? So, appeal na siya activity 2. Medyo lengthy ni si activity 2 kay para ma-practice ang inyong anti-differentiation. So, anti-differentiation is the reverse action of differentiation. So,